welcome in, everybody. Oh, I'm your hostess with the mostest. Oh, man. Finally, we've reached the penultimate day of the season, the final day. And what better way for me to send you off into the summer than the dulcet tones of Kermit the Frog narrating the final day of the Premier League. Yes, welcome into the Sheffield United way for the Sheffield United versus Tottenham Hotspur at Bramall Lane. I will give you live flag-to-flag coverage of that, but there is a much more interesting story happening at the top of the Premier League, so I will briefly touch on all the matches during this watch-along. So if you want to buckle in, it's about to be a bumpy ride as we are just under a half an hour until all 10 matches kick off in the Premier League. Yes, that being said, yes, we all know United are down. Yes, we know we suck. Yes, blah, 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 blah. Same old, same old. We're probably going to lose again today. Albeit, it's happy. The end of the season, we get about 10 weeks off, and then we're back at it in the second division. But there's something about the last day that just makes it so interesting. And you know, it all seems fine and dandy right now at the top of the table with Man City and Arsenal going neck and neck. Man City having the advantage, and the only thing they have to do is win, and they are champions. Arsenal have to win and have some help from West Ham. We shall see. As for the game at Bramall Lane today, we do say farewell to some red and white Wizard legends. The likes of Chris Basham, George Baldock. You have Wesley Fotheringham, Maximum Low, which do we really consider him part of all of this? And then we have the ping like no other, Ollie Norwood. So it's going to be a very emotional day at Bramall Lane as we lead up to this one. They are now going through the pre-match ceremonies for the 5 that they're bidding farewell to, but it's needed. It is what it is. I mean, players come and go. I mean, Bash, 10-year stalwart. It's just the game's past him. I hate to see it go. I am wearing my George Baldock kit today in honor of that. But yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of time before all these guys, we need the turnover in the squad to be competitive. And albeit, I will say honestly, right now, my prediction for next year is we won't be in the championship. We will be relegated to League One, but it's still too early to tell because we only have five players that are going to be in contract. So you can't make assumptions now and say, hey, we're going to stay up when we only have 5 total players. But yes, what a memorable ride for 3 out of the 5. Wes and Max Lowe came in, when we were on the upswing. Maximus Lowe in the COVID season, and then Wes getting his first run at first team goalkeeping, the middle of that first season back in the championship. Chat row, hello, is this thing on, guys? Chat row, where you at? There's one. JC 009. Sad to see many go. I know there's people watching, but apparently everybody has alligator arms. It doesn't want to type anything today. I will throw the Blades team up on the screen. Wes and Nell, Trusty, JLT, Bogle, Hamer, Arblaster, Osborne, Lowe, Archer, and BBD are your starting 11. Davies, Holgate, Souza, LaRucci, McAtee, Brooks, Brewster, McBurney, and Daniel Jebison on the bench, which is a surprise. It's probably the healthiest we've been all season. We're still missing the likes of George Baldock, John Egan, so on and so forth. And but oddly enough, it feels like we're at the healthiest we've been. Um, Many of these players in our side, um, but next year. But it is what it is. Yeah, no, we've got okay. All right, chat row starting to wake up. Uh, Good morning, Simon. Happy final day, and thank you for the congratulations. Oddly enough, I don't have my wedding ring on, which is weird. And then Mr. Scott, greetings from the sofa. Married life is just as you would imagine. Perfect. Nothing wrong with it. Every day is a dream. If you guys did not see or what would that have been 3 weeks ago? Actually 2 weeks ago, me and Mr. Schneider finally met up in person as he stood up in my wedding, and we got to watch us inevitably lose to Nottingham Forest, 3-1. But that was fun. There was pictures of galore. If you guys are watching and don't follow the Twitter page, Red Sheffield, there's a bunch of traffic of pictures on there. Um, but of even me shirtless at my wedding. Yeah, it was a good time. But yeah, Scott, perfect is what? No, no, I believe she's cleaning. Actually, on the other side of this wall. Um, Oddly enough. But yeah, so there's your Blades team to face Spurs. Um, I'll throw the Spurs team up here. Vicario Poro, Romero, Dragson, Van de Ven, Bentoncourt, Kuzlevsky, Madison, Johnson, and Son Heung-min is Spurs starting 11. Um, if there are no objections to what I said I was going to do prior to this game or prior to this watch along starting, I will keep you abreast to what is going on in the United Spurs game, but I also will be enlightening you to what is going around the rest of the league. Because to be frank, there's more interesting things going on than Spurs versus Sheffield United. You do make a good point with Garbage not being in the lineup, completely out of the squad, speaks volumes. Wilder made that signing mistake and now trying to correct it. Yeah, I agree with you, Scott. I hope Garbage goes. It seems like Adam Davies is going to go, Amisa is going to go. So let's just rebuild the goalkeeping room. We might as well just start from scratch. Because I mean that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with a blank slate next year anyway. Um, Welcome in, Susan. Good afternoon from sunny Sheffield, which is a surprise. Looking forward to watching the final game up the Blades. Remember, guys, score predictions need to go in before kickoff, and we are about 21 minutes away from that. So please do get your score predictions in. Oh, and let me know who you think's going to win this title. Is Man City going to make it 4 in a row, or are Arsenal going to pull off an upset and take the title and surprise everyone going into the final day? Um, yeah, it it's hard to believe that it's over. It's hard to believe that it's over. 38 games have come and gone. Just like that, bang, gone, done, boom, gone, done. Nothing left of the season. I'll be glad when I can take some time off to just recharge the batteries, rest, turn my mind off from football. We only have, I believe, with Crawley Town being promoted to League One, after they defeated Crew Alexandria 2-0 in the League Two playoff final. And then yesterday, Oxford United, who would have ever thought they would beat Bolton Wanderers, beat Bolton 2-0, and they are promoted to the championship. So for the away fans next year to go to a three-sided stadium in Oxford United in, I believe it's called the Kazam Stadium. It might have been renamed since then. But yeah, a three-sided stadium with the parking lot out behind the goal. It is a really weird setup. But for all the traveling Blades next year, have fun. Score predictions coming in. Rick's got it 2-2, and he thinks Man City are going to win the title. I want to bet some money on Arsenal before this thing starts. Scott, 4 goalkeepers out is unheard of. Going to close the season with 0 goalkeepers on the books, and we missed out on, yes, Victor Johansson did sign with Stoke City. I think Stoke are finally done middling in the middle of the championship. I think they're going to make a serious playoff push. I don't believe they're going to make the playoffs next year. Obviously, still too early to tell, but yeah, it should be interesting. So apart from next weekend, there's only 2 games left in the English calendar: the FA Cup next Saturday and the EFL Championship playoff final between Leeds and Southampton. That should be a very entertaining one to see who takes the last spot coming up and who fills the last spot into the championship next year. It should be very entertaining. Also, guys, leave in the comments who you think is going to get promoted and who you think we will be playing. Obviously, who you think is going to get promoted. Let's just leave it there. Yeah, it's man. Yeah, just let me know. Score predictions going in. We're about 15 minutes away from kickoff. Yeah. Guys, it's the end of the season. What do I say? What do I say? What do I do? What do I do? I don't know what to do with my hands. Yeah, man, it's hard to believe that all the way back in August. Man, all the way back in August it started. 38 games. We only really played under 45 games. I think if that's correct, not counting preseason, but counting Carabao Cup and FA Cup, 38 league games. I think we only played like 2 or 3 rounds in the FA Cup. So you're under 45 and then 1 round in the Carabao Cup. Scott thinks the championship playoff will go to all the way to penalties. It tends to usually go that way. And he has Southampton winning it. That's who my money's on. Because if Leeds don't go up, they have to shed off £100 million off their books because they won't be able to afford their players. Yeah, Rick, I agree with you. They didn't get Johansson, but now they want to go through for Anthony Patterson at Sunderland, $8 million, and we still have to get a backup goalkeeper. Oof. It's gonna be a rough summer for us. Scott thinks there's gonna be a little upset. Scott, do you think they take down Arsenal? No way they let them take down Arsenal. No way. I mean, I went out and watched us play Everton last weekend. And boy, howdy, was that a dreadful game for United. But it is what it is. We move on. Ooh, Scott thinks it ends in a draw. Wow. Yikes. It's something probably very unprecedented that I never thought in my life I'd see somebody on the precipice of winning 4 league titles in a row. But that's just what the Saudis will do. They buy the best team in the world and roll with it. As far as today, what do you guys want to see from this Sheffield United team? A little bit of heart, a little bit of fight, a little bit of spirit. What do you want? What do you think they could show us that gives you going into next season a bit of hope, optimism? I mean, for me, I guess, I don't know. It's one of those deals where we're not going to have 90% of these players here. What can we get out of it? And if anybody comes in for a decent deal, our blaster is going to be gone too. So you're looking at replacing him too. So realistically, you got Jackie Longthrow. We got Austin Trusty, of course, because no one wants that bum. Hamer around the books. Brooks. Hopefully Bogle gets his extension triggered. Maybe McBurney. Obviously Brewster and probably Jebison. And that's it. No midfield. One defender. No goalkeeper. Yeah, you're right, Scott. Most of them players that play today won't be here. Exactly. I mean, you have. I'll put back up the Blades lineup, but I mean, Wes, no. Anel, no. Trusty, yes. JLT, yes. Bowler, yes. Hamer, yes. Arblaster, yes. Osborne, yes. Lowe, no. Archer, no. BBD, no. Davies, no. Holgate, yes. I think. Souza, no. LaRucci, no. McAtee, no. Brooks, yes. Brewster, yes. Maybe McBurney and maybe Jepson. Rick says Jackie tackling, flying all over in defense. Oh, we need a good 18 players in the summer, and they have to gel as well ahead of preseason. That's why as soon as the full-time whistle blows, and now granted, I say this, we need to start the recruitment now, but the recruitment has hopefully, knocking on wood, hopefully already started, and we don't have to worry about that. And there's some players that are lined up already because look, there's already players signing for teams, and you can't even sign for teams until the middle of, I think, June 14th when the transfer window opens. So we need to hit the ground running. There's a lot of players, we'll release our retain list, I would imagine, early this coming week to see who's going to be here, who's not. Obviously, you pretty much have an idea who's going to be here and who's not. But once we release our retain list, gone. And then we have to get to work, because before we go to preseason, wherever, it seems like we do Portugal every year, we have to have the players and the team pretty well set, or else we're going to be behind the 8 ball going into next season. And the only thing, you can't look at it and be, well, we've got 46 games. We already saw how starting behind the 8 ball the first time we were back in the championship hurt us. We missed out. In the first 11 games, we were terrible and didn't accomplish anything. And that ended up in us not going up that season. Yeah, you're right, Scott. You can sign free agents at basically any time. So we need to start on that track now, because out of the 18 plus players, a fair share of them are going to have to be on freeze because we don't have any money. Susan back in the chat. We deserve a win today for our loyal fans. Come on, lads. Dig deep. Let's end the season with 3-point celebration. Chat row, there's no score predictions. I've only had the one because I'm about to give mine. It's not going to be very optimistic. I will go with a Spurs 2-0 to 1 win. I just think Spurs are miles better than this, obviously. And I just think I just think they're better than us, as they're showing leading into the coverage of the game, showing Heckingbottom getting battered by Newcastle, and then oh man, that's tough to watch. I've got 4 screens on, one with Blades, one with, I believe, Man City, West Ham, one with Arsenal and Everton, and then I have the goals that they go in. Why is it being weird? It's froze on me. Scott says he'd take a 3-0 loss. Oh, Bramall Lane looks really, really nice. He'd take a 3-0 loss, let alone 3 points. Hopefully we give something better than that today. Why is it keep... Rick's free agent contracts don't end until June 30th. I think it's basically a glorified tampering issue. Beautiful downtown Bramall Lane. George Baldock receiving his. Wow. Baldock, Basham, all receiving. It looked like framed items. Can't see. But still, nonetheless, for last day, a lot of Blade supporters. Bramall Lane is not empty how you would think it would be. But yeah, we are about 7 minutes away from rolling here. If you're just joining us, welcome into the Sheff United Way watch along for Sheff United v Tottenham Hotspurs. I am your hostess with the mostest, Chad from the Red Half of Sheffield. If you haven't done so, give my podcast a listen, a follow on Twitter, Red Sheffield. Me and Mr. Schneider will have one this week recapping our season, all the lows, the couple of highs, and even more lows. Rick, I don't know 100%. I would like to say yes, but I cannot 100% confirm that or not. Confirm nor deny. But yeah, it's going to be a bumpy ride. If you're just joining us, I am going to give coverage of Sheff United versus Tottenham, but also I'm going to keep you abreast of the 2 title games, the Arsenal-Everton game and Man City versus West Ham game. Wow. They're going to win 4 straight English top flight titles, win 6 top flight titles in 7 seasons, win the league and FA Cup double, possibly if they win the FA Cup next week. Man, whew. Wow, that's unbelievable. So, yeah, 6 minutes to roll here. Man, that guy got Vinny Sousa shirt. Not looking good on him. Yeah, so me and 32 of my friends, no likes yet. I guess you guys haven't missed me enough. I do apologize. The back half of the season did get away from me here with life getting in the way. But yeah, we're getting ready to roll here for the last one of the season. If Arsenal win, it's their first title since 2004. They'd be the first team in Premier League history to enter the final day below first place and win the title. There is Helen. I was going to shout you out if I didn't see you in the chat. Hope we can get a good end of the season. Feel quite emotional saying goodbye to a fair few players. Oh, I got a like from Helen. Yes. Thanks, Helen. It's just not showing up on my end. It must be on something else. As El Capitan Jackie Long throw is about to take the red and white Wizards out of the tunnel. I'm gonna get this up on the screen. Show that. Put that up there. Bang, boom, bang, boom, boom, bang, boom, boom, bang, 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 boom. Okay, so that looks like that's gonna be Man City up there. So I will reset here. Bear with me. Let's go. Let's see. Liverpool. Let's see. Let's go Brighton and Manchester United for that one. Shows I've got. Helen says I have 4 likes now. That is paused. Looks like a pretty festive atmosphere at Man City. All my streams are freezing. It's weird. Bear with me while I navigate us through here. Okay, I think I've got everything right now. Man, I can't get none of these streams to keep going here on my end. It's my internet's being sketchy this morning. Yeah, it's crazy to see Jebison on the quick. 2 minutes before we get ready to roll here. Score predictions for everybody coming in late here. You better get them in before they blow the whistle to start the match, or they do not count. I've only got 2 in there. I got Rick and Scott. Great Scott. I also want to say thanks to everybody in the chat that's participated throughout the season. It is it's a pleasure having you guys in the chat and putting up with Kermit the Frog all year. Maury Blades is 3-0 Spurs. It's been a tough season, but we've managed through it. We definitely have managed through it. I was hoping the train guy would be here. He's not in here. LA Blades 2-1. Blades positive as we see Maximus low. Arsenal have their flags out. Why would you be I'm not a big one of the flags. As yes, Bramall Lane looks really, really nice today. Jurgen Klopp's final game in charge of Liverpool as they take on Wolves at Anfield. Surely to God, they're not losing that one. Yeah, so we're getting ready to roll across the Premier League. Teams have broke at Bramall Lane. Kulusevski. And we are about to be underway. All the games will take off at the same time. Thanks for joining. Here we go. Bumpy ride. It looks like Bramall Lane is filled up to its capacity or near to capacity. Ange Postecoglou on the touchline for Tottenham. Spurs are going to get us underway, kicking left to right as Spurs are kicking towards our cop. And We're a couple seconds behind, but we're still there. A good pinch of snuff, like a night out in Sheffield, like greasy chip butty. My Sheffield United, come thrill me again. Na 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 na. Ooh. All right, here we go. As there's already been a fall on BBD, as we are underway in all of the 10 matches, as I can switch this from Arsenal because they're split screening Arsenal and Man City. So bear with me while I find one more game to right here. Oh, Dublin Blade for one final time this season. Welcome into the chat. Welcome into the chat. United have the ball in their own half. Just having trouble here getting everything going at simultaneously at the same time. We're a minute and 32 seconds in. I don't think the two title teams have started yet.
Oh, is it on?
There she is, everyone. There she is. There's my beautiful wife.
I just moved it. Did you see me?
No, you guys aren't missing anything in the United games. Pretty boring.
Oh, Steven moved it, walks back out. That's hilarious. That's so funny. Okay, thanks.
Man, what is going on here? I apologize, guys. Okay, so it looks like Benno went head over heels. Okay, Steve York doesn't want the clock up. Taking it down. Taking it down. Taking it down, Steve. At your request, it is down. Oh, man. So there's no scores in any of the game. Well, Brentford actually have taken the lead against Newcastle. Let's see. The rebuild at Sheffield United. Yeah, it is, obviously. As Man City take the lead inside of 90 seconds. Man City on top already inside of 90 seconds against West Ham. Phil Foden bangs it home, and Man City have one hand on the trophy. Vinny Souza. Steve, what am I doing? Why am I doing what to myself? I'm talking about how conveniently Vinny Souza is not allowed to start because we would have owed over $1 million to his Lamel or whoever he came from. And now Vinny Souza is on for those keeping score at home. Osborne 23 off. Souza 21 on. Dublin, yes, I am in NC. I am in North Carolina. Yes, I am. Why do you ask, Dublin? No room for racism. As the Tottenham Hotspur fans start bouncing, Arsenal and Everton still 0-0 around the league. As I said, leading into this, guys, not much, unless there's something that you guys need to be abreast about in the United and Spurs game. I will update you, but honestly, I'm more intrigued with the title race today. You really haven't missed anything in the first 5 minutes and 45 seconds. BBD has a chance here, top of the box. Looks like he's going to go down for a foul. Kulusevski. Kulusevski fouls BBD on almost right next to the D in the goal line. Yes, Daryl, City have just scored Phil Foden inside of 90 seconds. Dublin, your daughter's buying property down? Whereabouts? So Gus Hamer over the ball. Him and BBD could be the last time we see Gus Hamer in a Sheffield United red and white shirt. Vicario pointing his wall. As the Brentford goal was chopped off. Forrest already lead Burnley, so we can say that. Oh, Hamer has a good strike, but it's right down the throat of Vicario, and he's able to do well. Supporting Blades and getting married, two top causes of fentanyl addiction in the. Will do, Steve. Will do. Thanks for putting up with Kermit the Frog all year, all season, and in enjoying you in the chat all season, and look forward to more of it next year. Now it's Man City with the ball. That's true, Daryl. We didn't. He says in the chat, best thing about the season, we didn't get hammered by City home or away, and we should have won, or at least should have took a point off of Man City early in the season, and then Rodri goes up the other end and wins it for him. I don't think City are going to. I don't think City are going to hammer us because of our link with McAtee and in our pipeline of using City kids to develop them. Max Low down the left-hand side. He just gives the ball away. Oh, man. City maintain the ball. Ooh, Ryan almost dropped the ball. So not Forest and Man City are the only two teams that have scored in the final day of the season. City looking for a second, cleared out. And we're looking at Ange Postecoglou again. Spurs up the other end here. Out wide for Heung-min Son. Madison looking for Kulusevski. In chat row. Oh, really? Yeah, Dublin. I have family that lives out in the Raleigh area. It's about 2 hours east of where I live, but yeah, it's a nice area. It's becoming really popular to move out there. What's the chances she has anything to do with Apple? Because that's the big thing that moved out there, and that's why everybody's flocking towards the Raleigh-Durham area. Yeah, Daryl. See, we were that close to getting a point off of what looks to be the 4-time champs. But that's the story of the season. After that game is kind of when the wheels fell off. Oh, BBD saved. BBD denied by the old woodwork. BBD, I think he was going to be offsides. as we're 10 minutes in, 80 minutes left of the season. Yeah, Palace aren't on a bad run, Scott. No, they're good. Joel Matete. Oh, man. That's my parlay's not cashing. I need Villa to win that. Ooh, yeah, he would have been offsides. BBD had a ball in, hit the post. And we are 11 minutes in. Nothing has happened. Few opportunities. We look bright, but I just think it's the last day of the season. If this is the 18th game of the season, Spurs are going to control this. If Wilder goes, this is an interesting question. If Wilder goes, I'd like Liam Racina. I like Liam Racina. I like if Tony Mowbray is healthy, I'd take him too. I'd like for us not to have Wilder back. I really, really, really like it. Son with the ball in the box. Clear. Daryl would go Steve Cooper. God, he was an ugly looking bastard. City have a free kick. Oof, parried away by De Bruyne. He has his free kick and just rifled it off the post. But Liam Racine is a good shout. He, being sacked at Hull. He played well at Hull. Ooh, Vinny Souza sucks again and puts the ball too far out in front of Gus Hamer. Trusty cleans it up. That was Souza that got nailed. Just kind of knocking it around at the back right now. Daryl saying about Steve Cooper winning the 1-0 Spurs. Kulusevski bangs it in the bottom right-hand corner. And it is 1-0 to the visitors in 14 minutes. Call it 15. It's 1-0 Spurs. Maury played with John Eustace. Yeah, John Eustace is a good shout too. What he did with Blackburn, or excuse me, not Blackburn, Birmingham, before they sacked him for Wayne Rooney, and then Birmingham ended up getting relegated. So it just tells you how good of a manager he was. Mark Robbins as well, yeah, from Coventry, yeah. I believe I said that on our last pod, Mark Robbins. Mark Robbins, I mean, I think he's pretty much done all he can at Cov. Yeah, John Eustace would be a good shout, but I think you have Chris Wilder, knifing through. It looked like West Ham were in on goal. City able to clear it out. $16 gone here. Son on the left-hand side. Spurs looking for another. I'll have another. BBD deflects one, but it falls all the way back to Vicario. So as it stands, City win the league by 4 points. God, we ended up on 16 points as it stands right now. I would 100% agree with you, Steve. I would 100% agree with you. There's no cohesion in this team at all. There's a delay in the game. I don't know if there's a medical emergency. I agree. There's a delay in the game for a medical emergency, I believe. Yeah, I agree with this, Daryl. So if you're just joining us, we're in the middle of a medical emergency. The game's been halted. Um, I think we're back on the way. Yes, we're back on the way. Yeah, Maury Blades with one clean sheet all season. Yes, that's pretty bad. I think we are the lowest clean sheets ever in Premier League history. Nobody was hurt. Do you see Diesel? It was a medical emergency in the stand, I believe. Chelsea lead Bournemouth 1-0. Whew. Been a lot of stop start in this game. It hasn't been any flow to it. throw in for Spurs. Spurs all the time. Man City coming down the flank here. Working the ball into Foden. 2-0. That's pretty much it there. City go up 2-0. Kulusevski in again. Saved by Wes. Phil Foden will brace inside of 20 minutes. Doku got worked that well. Here's what Dublin Blade had to say. Most of us thought we weren't good enough to stay up with this squad that Wilder inherited. Maybe he and the Prince realized this came to a conclusion to get through the motions in this season. Yeah. Probably something like that. But I would like to go into next season with a clean slate. Manager, backroom staff, the whole entire deal. Just start it over. Steve says another 5-0 coming by City or by Spurs. City are a different class. This guy's familiar. Thanks for the congratulations. How it means lots. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to entertain the world every weekend. Because without this opportunity, there wouldn't be anybody to know about me. You guys aren't really missing much in this snoozer. I love to entertain. I live to entertain. Is there a goal in the Brentford Newcastle game? Newcastle lead. Newcastle lead against Brentford. Brentford are going to finish 16th. Man, Brentford would be the bottom team if they would finish 17th if Everton Forest didn't get deducted. Brentford could be a team that could be odds on to go down next year. But I think all three teams that come up are going straight back down anyway next year. This is going to be a very, very, absolutely very boring game. Cleared out. Chili for tea. What's everybody else having? What is Steve's having chili for tea? What's everybody else having? Hal says, for what it's worth, the price of our club is not too high. In football club terms, it's quite low. We want someone with money. Anyone. We want someone with money. Anyone, not just someone who can afford it. Agreed. And it says, all right, Daryl. You're the highlight of the poor season, Chad. At least you kept us entertained. Unlike the team, we all support. Yeah, that's true, Dublin. I've had fun. It's been a fun ride this season. Albeit the roller coaster hasn't gone over many humps. It's been pretty much straight from the get-go. Doku just missed a third for Man City. Surely to God, if Man City get 3, it's over, right? Arsenal's still looking for that first goal. Forest beating Burnley 2-0. City in the third. That's how did it not go in for City? Holland missed just a point. Oh, point blank. Oh my God. Back post to Rodri. He puts it across the goal. Holland somehow missed it. Daryl's having pork steaks, mashed potatoes, veggies, and gravy for him. And Hal says there's no one who supports Sheffield United Football Club who has the kind of cash you need nowadays in football. If there was, they would have shown themselves by now. We won't get anyone that cares, just someone with money. I'm trying to buy the club, but they won't give it to me. I told them I'd pay for like 15 grand. I pay like 15 grand for it. I mean, I'm hemorrhaging money right now. I've just had a wedding. I got a house to pay for, new truck. Might as well add more debt onto it and buy a football club. Exactly. I'm down. Hal. More like paint dry in this first half for United. I think this thing might finish 1-0. This might be it. Foden flicks it in. Nope. Arsenal still deadlocked with Everton. Yeah, how cool would that be, Steve? The Hollywood Consortium. I'm glad we didn't get bought by that 777 debacle. They're out of money. They're bankrupt. Selling dumpster fire. They're selling off everything like it's going out of style. Ooh, should have been 2-0. Benton Kerr hit the post. And West makes another save. Bailed out by the post from Benton Kerr's shot. And then a save from West. Yeah, they got some cash sitting around. The cast of Lord of the Rings just chip in. That's 2. That should have been 2. Benton Kerr, bang. De Bruyne almost made it 3. Wolves had a man sent off against Liverpool. Ooh, almost 3 for Man City. Nothing going on in the United's game. Slow. Oh, man, you tempted me again, Dublin Blade. Ah, man, do I miss that Carling. I don't know if anybody's able to watch the game, but Chris Wilder's got some really, really cool looking Nikes on. They look like Sheffield United trainers. If you can't tell, it's boring. I'm starting to yawn. Kulisevsky with the ball. Man, they got acres of space on the left-hand side. Another good save by West. Everton almost went ahead. They had a double shot. Missed. Yeah, I mean, this is boring, Scott. This could be 3 for City. Just missed it. Saved. United break. Archer. Not even close. Not even damn close. He missed it by about 10 yards wide. Scott's already bored. Yorkshire with Dublin Blade. Worst thing that can happen in a game like this is the stronger team take the lead. Oh yeah, they have, and they've put it in cruise control now. Simon says we're going to miss West. I think we are. I think we're making the wrong decision letting them go. Scott says Archer is poor. Hal agrees with him. I just don't think he's had enough. I don't think he's. I mean, if you put him in a team like Forest, he probably scores a few goals. But in a team with like ours that is so defensively, we've got to defend. I don't think he's able to succeed. Yeah, I mean, I've been behind him all the whole time. I know he's going to concede goals. We all knew he was going to concede goals, Hal. But I mean, Jesus, what did you? I mean, he can only do so much for us. Yeah, Scott's right about Archer. Yeah, exactly. You're right, Simon. I mean, of the 11 players out here on the pitch, there's probably 4 players that actually want to be here. Arsenal go ahead. Archer on the right-hand side now. United in a little bit of attacking territory. Hammer deflected up for a corner. He played good for Middlesbrough last year, but he also needed a striking partner, and it's been a revolving door up front. Did Everton give up a penalty? Oh no. Newcastle 2-0. So the only thing I need Fulham to score, Villa to score 2. Surely to God they can't. And then I need Manchester United to win, and I win like $700. And I need Arsenal too, obviously. So in about 4 years, when Newcastle's lifting their 4th straight league title in a row after winning the Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Michael wants Archer off now. Souser in the books. It was a mistake at the back for Brentford. Oh, Johnny? You talking about Johnny boy? Johnny boy? Yeah. It is what it is. He's fun. I missed him this year. Three 0 Newcastle now. Oof. Yeah, Newcastle just tearing Brentford absolutely apart. Just Spurs with possession. That's it. That's all I can say. I mean, Maury Blades is an honest opinion here. All squad can't get subbed off from a few. Just do a random pick from the fans. Let them put on a shirt and see how it goes. I'd be okay with that. Oh no, Palace mate scored again. Damn it. Now there goes my 10-leg parlay. Is done. Unless Villa can turn it around. You can't. Everton go ahead of Arsenal. 1-0 Everton. Wow. Arsenal fans are shocked. Throwing it away on the final day, the Gunners. Yeah, they'll Oh, man. David Raya didn't even move. What a goal. Well, unfortunately, we have Trusty coming back to us. 1-0 Everton. And Scott did call it at the beginning of the stream. So as it stands, Man City win the league. Arsenal finish second. Liverpool third. Benteke. There's a goal in the Liverpool Wolves game. Let me guess. It's probably going to Liverpool. Benteke. City smell blood in the water. They get a third. Surely to God, this one's over. Yep, Daryl. Low maximum lows all out of the team. Liverpool go 2-0 up. To Liverpool. Arsenal are back a level. That didn't take long. I don't even know who scored for him. Tomiyasu. Good low long cross. Pinged it in. It's 2-1. West Ham United have just scored with a overhead bicycle kick. What a goal that was. Holy crap. A phenomenal goal. Yeah, it is really comfortable for Spurs this first half. 5 added minutes. Hey, Frazier. Yeah, it was a great goal, Daryl. A great goal. Is this where cities start to wobble, wobble, wobble? 7 minutes in first half of Everton Arsenal. 5 minutes here at Bramall Lane. West makes another save. Frazier came off in the 5th minute. And then innocuous like challenge. Didn't look like he was hurt at all, and then all of a sudden he gets subbed off. Although, if you read into what was popular yesterday, Vinny Souza couldn't start because if he started, we owed another $1 million to Lommel or wherever he came from. So then 5 minutes after, on the 5th minute, Souza comes in and for Osborne. West earning a paycheck, Simon. Somebody's going to see it in the championship and sign him next year. Believe oh, that's 100% guaranteed, Simon. 100%. West definitely getting clean sheets against us. Yeah, Frazier, I can't believe we're selling them either. But I think Wilder cooked his goose when he brought garbage in. I hope we just send him out or just release him. Honestly, Daryl, I don't care. Holland missed another sitter. Little bust up. Picardo just shoved Trusty in the back. Michael wants Archer off and Jeb on in the second half. Please, Chris. There must have been 3 goals. Scott, are you still watching? How did it go from 0-0 in Fulham Luton to 2-1 in the span of like 4 minutes? And we are at halftime. Frazier, nope, he has not. So I'm turning the volume on down on this because there's no reason to listen to that. Frazier, it's not there. We are at halftime. I'm just preoccupied at the moment. All right, folks in chat row, open up the phone lines to you. 866 Chef Way. Call in and I'll take your phone calls on your thoughts on the first half. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. Shocking referee is what Michael says. Hello there, Chatto. Hey there, Chatto. Driving home from Vegas. Sorry to miss the lot. Don't worry, you ain't missing anything. Yeah, you haven't missed much. Halftime in the Premier League title race. Oh God. Oh God. Oh man, I'm not winning my 10-leg bet. I need Manchester United, Arsenal. God, I need them to turn it around. Be nice, $700. Oh man. Well, thanks for everybody for watching. Welcome in if you're just joining us now. I'm Chad from the Red Half of Sheffield, doing, as I always do, the Sheffield United Low watch along. Although I probably should have went to the bar and watched this one because I'd be asleep by now. Everybody in chat row, what are your thoughts? What do you want to see in the second half? It's the last game of the season. Screw it. Do we put Wes out in the outfield, take his gloves off, and put him in like defense with Trusty? Do we have Wilder suit up and have Tufty go out there and try and bang us a couple goals? Your thoughts. Phone lines are open. Call for whatever you think. Harry Carey. Harry Carey. Yes, Mr. Schneider, I'm doing Harry Carey. We haven't been close any room. Haven't been anywhere close. Yeah, but they just showed it back and it tipped the foot of the Tottenham defender and went out for a miles wide. Who is going to ink their name on the Premier League trophy? As it stands, Man City winning a fourth league title in a row. Arsenal still in it, albeit drawing right now. Frazier, you might be right, but we could be in for an enthralling 45 minutes to go. I am going to step away and be back in just a mo. Oh, there's a penis when I stream?
Literally sleeping in her done.
Oh, is it?
Your mom called and said.
I was wondering what you're doing.
We check, hey, I think the rugs and stuff might be done. We can come out.
I'm going to water right now.
Oh, you're just going to the bathroom?
Yeah, just going back.
Oh.
That's what was in the. I didn't know you were back.
Well, you don't sleep your time. You really couldn't really tell, but your parents know what it is.
Yeah. All right, we are back from a commercial break. Thanks for hanging around. Premier League halftime here in the championship Sunday, and we're watching this. Piss poor game here of Sheffield United and Tottenham Hotspur 1-0 at halftime due to a Kulusevski 15th minute goal to take the lead. United have had a half-hearted chance. But other than that, it's been all Spurs all the time. Since Spurs have gone ahead, they've kind of dominated, just not really relinquished possession much. Been doing, just, honestly, for most parts of that half, it was at a walking pace. But yeah, I'm more enthralled with this title race that we have 45 minutes left. Man City lead West Ham 2-1. Arsenal drawing currently with Everton 1-1. We've got 45 minutes to go. Let's go back to the phone lines. We got Steve chiming in. Called Archer, plays football. He should be having words with his career advisor. Mr. Schneider says McBurney been offered a new contract on considerable less wages. Probably talking about me being gone. Fraser said bye, Chad. Yes, to the commercial break. McBurney needs to go along with the rest of the. Whoa, Michael not holding back. And Mr. Schneider calling in from Las Vegas, Los Angeles area. Wes has made some good saves. It could easily right now. The scoreline could be 4-5-0 right now. Michael's saying we should be keeping League One West. I think Wilder set that bridge on fire and burned it all the way to the ground when he knew that when he brought Gerbich in. That set that bridge on fire. And yeah, it was that ship has been sailed since about end of January, in my opinion. There's no turning that ship back around. If you haven't done so, like the stream, please like the stream. Tell me in the chat if you want me to do this next year again or not, because if not, I will retire from doing this. Did you enjoy it this season? The watch-alongs, not the football. And if you haven't done so, listen to our podcast. We'll release one this week. We'll release this one this week, season review, and then to probably take a couple of weeks off. I'll have some content lined up here in the next couple of weeks. I watched it this morning. Crawley, I mean, they did what they did in their semifinal against MK Dons, beating them 8-1. No one thought they were going to win, and they beat Crew handily. Crew never looked in any way like they were going to score. They had a few opportunities, but Crawley took their opportunities and to full advantage and came away 2-0 winners, and very well deserved. The shocker of the weekend was Oxford beating Bolton yesterday. I was very, very surprised on that. So Bolton stay in League One. We play Oxford and United away next year. The three-sided stadium. Should be interesting. But yeah, it was an interesting final. At times boring final, but I mean you tend to get that. That's what the playoff final next week in the championship will probably be. There tends not to be that many goals in the finals, but yeah, I mean still entertaining. Yeah. Look forward to playing Oxford away next season when you have supporters could stand on the roofs of vehicles in the car park and watch the game. Season review. That'll be a quick one. Yeah, Dublin. It'll be a quick one. We'll try and keep it under an hour as we always do because we don't want to bore you with the dulcet sounds of Kermit the Frog for over an hour. You'd probably want to shoot yourself. But yeah, I mean, this has been for the EFL. It's been a good season for the EFL. You have some surprises. Ipswich Town, the biggest surprise of all. Although, if you rewind the tape, and Mr. Schneider can vouch for me, I did say Ipswich were going to go up automatically at the beginning of the season. Portsmouth back in the second division for the first time in 12 years. That's a big name to have back in the championship next year. Derby County back in the championship as well. Likes of Mansfield, Wrexham, and I've kind of taken a liking for Stockport County. I watched their rise from the National League. Now they're into League One, followed behind Wrexham, obviously. Yeah, so it's been a great season. You know, Chesterfield coming up to League Two. Bromley, first time ever in the EFL in their entire history of a team. Pretty interesting. Do you think Dublin at Leeds are going to win? Because I asked everybody who their championship playoff winner was, and no one answered. I was very surprised. There was only one. I think Scott said Southampton in penalties. It doesn't matter, regardless of who goes up. Both of those teams are going to have to considerably lose a lot of their players now. But I don't think we're anywhere near challenging for promotion or playoffs next year. That's just my opinion of this, looking at the squad now. I just don't think Wilder's the man to do it. I do not. Just do not. Man. Oh, so 45 minutes left to go in this old division. 45 minutes to go in the season. I can't believe it's over. I cannot believe it's over. Yeah. Yep, that's what it is. No, it's the parachute payment derby. Yep. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of players that are gonna go. A's, I will remove the halftime from it. We are getting ready to go again in the second half of Sheffield United and Tottenham coming your way. As I said, as the clock winds nearer and nearer to 90 minutes, I've got both eyes kind of fixed on Man City, West Ham, and Arsenal and Everton to see who comes out of that one. Champions of England. As the Greasy Chip Buddy song rings around Bramall Lane for the final time in the Prem this season. We are underway. Archer gets us underway, kicks it back to Wes. We are kicking towards the Kop in the second half. 45 minutes of hell left, and we are done. Liverpool debuting their new kit. I wonder how close to the start of next season until we reveal our kit. Kulusevski. Oh, man, he scored from a halfway line. Somebody for Chelsea in the first half scored from the halfway line. Oh. Bang, on a line. I agree with this. Dublin says our podcast now is a good listen going into work on the train or tram. And we are about to resume the two games that really matter in today's grand scheme. Helen says, keep it going, please, Chad. I'd keep listening. Yes, we're going to. We are going to. Oh. The only thing next year is going to be better is I'm going to have more availability to watch championship football with the new Sky package, please. Championship, League One, League Two. I'll have all my bases covered. Ooh, Archer in on goal! Saved by Vicari. Think he was adjudged to be offsides. Yeah, he was offsides. They're going to have a simultaneous kickoff in the Man City and Arsenal games. Both teams lining up. Bentancur. And the final 45 minutes is underway between the two title-chasing teams. Actually, Man City's a hair ahead of Arsenal. Arsenal haven't kicked off yet. Aggie and Roy. Aggie, how many beers have you guys drank today? A lot? A little? Is Roy pissed drunk right now? Benton K. This Van and Ven. I haven't get to say his name yet either. Van de Ven. Man City looked to go back up 2 goals, but they... Ooh, almost. Mark Eggington. I thought there was an R in there. I'm a little dyslexic sometimes. Like watching paint dry right now in this one. Bournemouth have pulled a goal back against Chelsea. I need Aston Villa to get their Aston Villa in gear. I need 2. I need 3 goals from them. Manchester United need to freaking score a goal too. Yes, I will. Dublin, I will. I just have had so much going on, and there's been really nothing to talk about United related. That's why I didn't do the Everton. Everton was on the week of my wedding, and then Tottenham. I was like, there's no point to reach out to Tottenham. There's nothing to talk about. But yes, that will be starting probably in July. I'll start reaching out to opposing podcasts and setting up dates for when we have this fixture released at the end of June. Hal's shouting out Eggy and Roy in the mix. You'll love to see it. And in Dublin, I cannot wait to be talking to the Watford guys. Those guys are absolute blast. Okay, Fulham pulling away. All the games I need to win are damn 2-goal leads. Surely to God, Manchester United could beat. Yeah. It's just been Tottenham Hotspurs passing it around. Tottenham Hotspur. Man City probing right now. Austin Trusty, he's a mouth breather. He is a mouth breather. Oh, high fly ball, center field. Anel popped it up, and it is fielded and just rammed right out of play by Sarr. I think it took a deflection, though. Chat row, you have time to answer. God, I've been doing this for an hour and 45 minutes. You have. I'll ask you this question. I want chat row to light up while they're in, while they're out. Where you stand here? Where do we stand here, ladies and gentlemen? While they're in, while they're out. As Tottenham have another corner. I'm curious to see what it is. I've only got 29 people watching, so not many people are interested in it. City still ping-ponging the ball around here. Doku is some player, man. He is fast as lightning. Golly. No control, though. Chat row. Nobody answered. Oh, my God. That was James Madison just hammered one way over everybody. Wes's toes hurt. Are Wolves able to pull one back? Nope. Oh, no. Actually, that was Liverpool make it 3-0. There was no way Liverpool were losing that. Or did Luis Diaz miss that? Did it stay out? Ooh. Here come West Ham up the other end. Over on the right-hand side, Miguel Antonio. Miguel, I called him. Mikel Antonio. City win the ball back. It's with De Bruyne over on the right-hand side. Former Blade Kyle Walker on it now. Oh, there's a goal. There's a goal in the Villa game. Is it Villa? Did Villa pull one back? If it's 3-0 Palace, I'm screwed. Come on, flash to Villa. Oh, Scott. Oh, no. My parlay's killed. No. Dublin saying Wilder in. Explain yourself, Dublin. I think Bogle's going in the book here for taking Vicario out. Yep, clipped him on the back. Did he go in the book or no? That was United season right there. Do you think Dublin Wilder can build enough sustainability in the side where we can be better than just a 2-year team? I'm just looking maybe like 4 years down the road. I would really love that. Cross comes in from Foden, heads go up, cleared out. Dealt away by West Ham. High fly ball to center field, and it is fielded and brought down to Doku. Holland on it. He's dragged back. There should have been a foul, and there is. Jesus, this Tottenham game is boring. 3-2 to Fulham over Luton. Here we go. Kulusevski in the box. In the box. Kulusevski rifles it off corner. Man City put the ball in and is dealt with, but Rodri, top of the box, looking. Foden on the ball now. Lumping it over Doku. Doku on the ball now. He puts a little move on, tries to get around the defenders. He loses control of the ball, and it goes back to Rodri at the top of the box. Over to De Bruyne. Back to Kyle Walker, the former Blade. Rodri now. He is a footballer because he tucks his shirt in how he should. Another cross comes in from SPURS, and it's cleared by United. Just getting a little tight here. Now, I would more agree with Jason here. Wilder was there during the perfect storm area where everything came together and worked. Since that, yeah, his managerial record has been less than stellar after he left, or whatever you want to say. The last time he left United. Here comes De Bruyne at top of the box. De Bruyne at top of the box scuffs his shot. Doku's going to pull it up. If you're just joining us, I'm calling 3 games at one time. Doku works through the defenders, but loses it. Wins it back. It's going to be a Man City throw-in. Tottenham still have the ball in Sheffield United's end here. Hasn't been able to do a damn thing. Hyun-Min Song around Jaden Bowl, top of the box. A sliding effort by Arblaster. It still goes in. Oh, how did it not go in a big 2-0? Now it's 2-0. Pedro Porro that was an absolute piss missile of a shot there. And it is 2-0 the Spurs. Ollie Arblaster laid his ace on the line. That should be enough for Spurs now. I don't think we'll get any more out of them. Goal on the other side of each side of the half. 2-0. Brennan Johnson kept that one alive. Dumped it off to Porro, and Porro just rifled it past West. There is a VAR check going on. I don't know what for. Don't know why it took that long. Don't even know what they were looking for. Man City probing West Ham, probing. Andre Brooks making an appearance. Rhian Brewster coming on for Cameron Archer. Cameron Archer's last final act in a Sheffield United shirt. Ollie Arblaster being subbed off for Andre Brooks. City have a third. It's Rodri. Probably puts Man City's name fully on the title. It's 3-1, and they don't even have Jack Grealish in the game. 61 minutes gone into the 62nd minute. If you're just joining us, it's 2-0. Man City have just scored to go 3-1 up. Take that Brighton game. Man United is going to finish 0-0. And the City fans can feel it with a half an hour to play. Welcome in Jade, who clearly is a Tottenham Hotspur fan. But no one in her team does a live watch along. So, more the merrier. Not missing much. Like watching paint dry. Here comes Spurs up the other end again. It's Heung-min Song. Putting Jaden Bogle on skates. Nicely saved by Wesley. As it stands, Man City are champions by 4 points over Arsenal. All Spurs all the time. It's going to basically pass their way out of this one, I would imagine. Madison slides it in. It's 3-0. Kulusevski again on 64 minutes. Now, what do you guys want to talk about? Everton's still struggling with Arsenal. 4-0 Crystal Palace. Dejan Kulusevski. I don't know, Maury, if they should boo him off, but I mean, there are clearly players here that should have never been here to begin with. Emil Højbjerg subbed on and Sara 29 off. So Højbjerg five on. That's not going to be fun. Not going to be fun, Hal. If I don't have anything to talk about, and I've been on for almost 2 hours, what are you going to talk about for a half hour? Oh, wait, it's 4-0 Crystal Palace, but there's a VAR check. How fitting would it be if West just got the ball and turned around and blasted it in for an own goal? Just passing it about. Just passing it. Ooh, West gave it away there. Spurs couldn't do anything with it. Just lump it up to BBD. Man, that's probably... Brewster hasn't even touched the ball, and he's been on for about, 10 minutes? City almost had a fourth with Holland, but got fucked behind. Yeah, no, you might as well just tune right back out because he hasn't touched the ball. Here comes Daniel Jebison and Mason Holgate on. Holgate is on for. Mason Holgate on for Max Lowe. So that's Holgate 30 on for Lowe 3. And then Danny Jeb on for, that is Jebison. It's Jebison 36 on for BBD, and a final farewell to Ben Brereton Diaz. Put in an absolute beautiful shift in the second half season, coming in from on loan from Villarreal. Go on to brighter and better things, good fella. Just over 20 minutes to go. While there wasn't his first choice, I'd have gone Brusinho or McKenna at Ipswich if they weren't doing so well, but then the club has tied itself to him, vice versa. Well, Rossini got sacked at Hull for some reason because apparently he didn't agree with what the board wanted to do, so he's no longer employed at Hull City. The Man City fans don't even know how to celebrate; they've won so much. Headed away. $20 minutes left in the season. 20 minutes left. Milwaukee pace for Spurs now. Man City almost had a fourth. I've said that a handful of times already. So Jebison looks like he's playing up very up front, and then Brewster's tucked in behind him. Now it looks like they're both up front, but I'll have to see when we have the ball how it works. Oh my God, Rhian Brewster touched the ball. Almost a fourth for City again. Burnley have scored. Crystal Palace beat Aston Villa like a drum, 5-0. Tottenham fly to Melbourne. Ooh, Arsenal just hit the bar. That's a weird situation. So Tottenham straight away after this game have to fly to Melbourne to play Newcastle in a friendly. Makes absolutely no sense. The season literally just finished, and they're already playing a preseason game. Arsenal can't make the net bulge. Smooth one, George. Yeah, next year hopefully be better, more fun. Yeah, I doubt it. Brennan Johnson down the right hand side. Spurs are making another substitution, looks like. Benton Kerr coming off. And Pedro Porro coming off. So, Royale in for, that's Royale number 12 in for Porro 23. And then Oliver Skip 4 in for Benton Kerr 30. Dirty 30. 30, herky jerky. Oh, Human Son is down injured. He's riding around in pain. Somebody's going to get sent off. And Austin Trusty's sent off. It's either Andre Brooks or Trusty. I think Andre Brooks just took a shot at him. They're reviewing it, obviously VARing it. Still waiting here. Going to VAR, so I think this will probably get rescinded, but knowing us, it ain't. Still, nonetheless, should be Son getting going in the book. No red card for Andre Brooks. He still gets to play. All we're doing adding time to the end of this friggin' game. Oof. Brandon Johnson just all up in Wes's grill as he tries to outlet the ball. No one picked up Rhian Brewster, baby. And he had a half-hearted effort. I don't know if they're saying you're not fit to wear the shirt to the ref or to Rhiannon Brewster. Hey, yeah. Oliver Skip. Astonville, you are dead to me. Son in the box pulls it back for Brennan Johnson, and he puts it over the bar. I was one game away from winning an entire parlay. One game away from winning an entire parlay, and I'm losing 5-0 in that game. It's all Tottenham all the time now. Just see what the possession stats are. 10 minutes away from Man City winning the title. 6 minutes to go. In terms of what, Dublin? What do you think? Detroit have a chance on what? Five minutes to go. 5 minutes of the 90. Well, Dublin, they got to one game within one game of it. I don't think they make. I think they make the playoffs this year, but win one game and are out. I think they are loading up for a go at a Super Bowl in the next 4 years, and if they don't win a Super Bowl or make it, at least make it to a Super Bowl, Detroit will never win a Super Bowl. At least make it to a Super Bowl. I think within the next 4 years they're going to try their damnedest to get there. But I think unfortunately the NFC Championship game is the furthest I think Detroit will go in the next 4 years. Then they'll blow the team up and start again. I always hope, but I just Super Bowl and Detroit are never two words you put in a sentence. The kids are coming in for Spurs. Son off and Madison off. Son going off for. There's number 7, Son coming off for. Scarlet 44. And number 10, Madison, subbed off for number 63, Donnelly. Or, excuse me, Moore. 59 Moore. Ah, 2 minutes left. I hope to God there's no added time. If you're the ref, you go ahead and say no more, no mas. Entering the final minute of the 90 here. Dublin, do you think Detroit has any chance this year from an outsider? Yeah, I hope not, but unfortunately they're going to add that time for VAR in there. How much? They're saying in my headset there's quite a bit of added time going to be added on. Well, we played 14 against them the last time, so why not 14 to bookend it? And West Ham will pull the goal back. It's 3-2. 8 minutes of added time. That's going to be a handball. They should VAR that. Yeah, it's off. So check. It's a handball to help that one in. And they chop it off, so it's 3-1 still to Man City. A little bit of a nervy moment there. How I did not. I didn't think they saw it. I think they said 250,000 was the attendance for the game. Just kidding. I kid. It looks like it's pretty well sold out there. I mean, obviously there's Arsenal have gone ahead against Everton. All for naught, though. Brewster barely even broke a sweat. Oh, they're going to try and do everything they can, Dublin, to get the old Jets in the playoffs. Yes, Maury Blades, the lap of honor is today as well. Jackie Longco goes in the book. Possible handball checking in the Arsenal game. 5 minutes left there. How much in the City game? 5 minutes as well. So we are 5 minutes away from the end of the season. Full time in Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest send Burnley down with a 2-1 defeat. Forest stay up. That is the only full time result so far in the league that's flashing across my screen. Also, Man United beat Brighton and Hove Albion 2-0. That is also full time. De Zerbi out at Brighton. No handball. So Kai Havertz gives Arsenal the lead 2-1. 5 minutes to play. Yeah, no kidding, Dublin. You don't need a VAR check that. It's 3-0 in the last game of the season. Looked like a fair few of the supporters have headed for the exits. Looks like the Bramall Lane faithful not sticking around for the lap of honor. So unless West Ham can get 2 goals here in the last 3 minutes, Man City will win a 4th title in a row. As we tick over 95 minutes played in this one. 3 more minutes to play. The City fans can feel it. Ticking up towards the 96th minute here. Royale down on the pitch, and so is Trusty. Less than 2 minutes to play in the season. City look like they're going to hold on for the Premier League title and pip Arsenal by 2 points. Beat Arsenal by 9. Or Liverpool by 9, excuse me. Liverpool Wolves full-time 2-0 winners for Liverpool. Into the final minute of the season. Man City faithful are about to storm the pitch. Hope the West Ham players get off the pitch safely. Blow the whistle, ref. Give this full time, please. And that is full time. And the season comes to an end with a 3-0 defeat for the Mighty Blades. And back to the championship we go. And that is it. That is it. That is it. There's nothing left to do. That's your full-time scores. 3-0. Blades suffer defeat. And Man City have won the Premier League title. I mean, it's a bad thing when the City players are running for the dressing room because the players have stormed, or the fans have stormed the pitch. So, that's it. That's all. A 3-0 defeat for the Mighty Blades on the final day of the Premier League season. The ups, the downs, most of them the downs. Most of them the downs. I'm glad you guys stuck through it with me in the season, and we're going to take a little time off, a little breather. There will be a new Red Half of Sheffield out probably sometime this week, if I had to guess. But yeah, we're going to take a little time off. There will be some videos probably circulating sometime this summer of different things I have plans for. And hopefully Nick and Hal will have me back and Noah back next year. We got a few things in the works I've got to talk over with those guys to make sure everything's well, but I appreciate everybody's support through all the games that I've done. Sorry I kind of let you down here down the stretch, not doing them every single week. But as I said, life did get in the way for a little bit. But yeah, we will send this one out. And I haven't done so, follow me on social media, C Jarvis_13, Red Half of Sheffield on Twitter/X. On YouTube, Red Half of Sheffield. Follow the Chef United Way. Like this stream. Thanks, everybody, for the support. I will see you back in about 10 weeks' time for the opening game of the championship season. Until then, I will leave you with Up the